Good morning. I am Clay Riley with Shutters Your Way by Clay, and today I'm going to explain some of the products and demonstrate some of the products that I sell. Some can be motorized. In fact, most of them can be motorized, and I hope these will fit great in your home. And this is Reese Killian, my assistant. He's going to be helping us make the video today. And I'm going to start with my favorite shade. I used to say the favorite for last, but I'm doing it first today because it's kind of large and it's in the way, and I want to get it out of the way. This shade is called a layered shade or mezzanine shade. This shade can be motorized, or it can have a continuous loop, which is like this shade that I have now demonstrating its continuous loop. But the motorized works great, and I'm going to explain to you the functions and why this one is a wise choice. Okay, it's a little larger than the window, so I can't get it inside the window, but it can fit normally inside the window casing, or you can put it up above it. Or you can actually go all the way to the ceiling and conceal it inside a cornice. And I'll explain to you a cornice in just a few minutes. But this shade gives you the option of having a sheer shade and a continuous colored shade in the window at the same time. You have this shade fully down, which I'm not sure this one will reach the whole way. I'm going to stop it right here. You have it fully down where it can have the sheer every 2 or every 3 inches, and then a solid every 2 or every 3 inches, depending on the type of shade and the size that you purchase. But it'll fit either, like I said, either inside or outside, and all you have to do is move it 2 inches, and you can see out then every 2-inch alternating intervals, or you can move it 2 inches in either direction and have total privacy, and where you can not see out, nobody can see in. Now this shade comes in light filtering or room darkening. So it can darken the room, or it can be where it always lets in some light. Like I said, this is one of my favorites, if not my favorite. It's moderately priced, and it can be motorized. All right, that's a mezzanine or layered shade. All right, let's just get that pleated shade, that big one right there. All right. This is called a pleated shade. This is a cordless option for it. It can be motorized also. And the pleated shade is just a 2-inch pleat that goes back and forth. It can be light filtering like this one is, or it can be room darkening, or it also can be a pleat that you can see through a little bit where it's semi-sheer. This one's too big to fit in this window. It almost fits, but as you can see, it's a beautiful look. I think it's more of a country look, but I have done this shade on some brand new homes. I've done this shade in really good large shades. And back up to sizes, most of the shades I'm going to show you today come in the sizes of about 6 foot to 7 foot width, and the height though can be 8 to 10 or even more feet. But 7 foot is pretty much the max on most of these shades, and some of them may be 6 foot. And what determines the size the shade can be is the type of material you choose. Some materials come in different widths, and the 6 foot is generally the bottom rule. All of them can generally be 6 foot wide, but a lot of them can be so much as 7 or 8 foot wide. This is the 2-inch pleated shade, and it's a beautiful look. As you can see, when it's all the way up, all the shade stacks up here in a nice little tight stack. This shade is about 5 foot tall, and it stacks up here at 2 inches whenever it's completely up. All right, this comes in all different colors and patterns of material. All right, this is also a pleated shade. This is a smaller one, of course. And this one is an option that's available on pleated shades. That's where you can bring the shade down, cover your window, and then see, look out the top. Still have privacy underneath, but when you're looking over the top, you can see out and see completely unobstructed. This is called a bottom down, top up shade. And this one cannot be motorized. This one only comes in cordless or corded, but it is a beautiful shade, a beautiful option, because it lets you see outside, but still have privacy inside. All right, Reese, let's get this one right here. Okay, this looks similar to a blind, but it's called a sheer shade. This is just a small one that I have. You can let it all the way down, and then at any point though, you can pull it back up just a little bit. It opens up to where you're looking through a sheer material looking outside. So it has the elegance of a beautiful shade. This one is a little more expensive than the other two I've shown you because it has really beautiful material. It comes in just about any color you choose. Goes up inside a canister completely, whenever it's up. And this shade can also be motorized, controlled completely with motorization. And let me say a little bit about motorization. Motorization allows you to use a remote. It allows you to touch the shade in a specific location to where you can raise the shade if you can't find the remote. And also with motorization, you can use your HomeLink system, where you can just ask your HomeLink system to control the shade and it will. And that's a marginal fee to have it to where it functions like that. Okay, the next shade is just a simple, this is a roller shade. And it can have a battery, or if I'm entering your home before you finish the home, we can run a home run from a power source where you will never have to change the battery. And the power source will come through up here at the top or here behind above, wherever you're going to mount the shade. It'll be a little small 16 gauge wire that runs off a DC current, so that it reduces any danger of you ever getting shocked with DC power. And you never have to change the batteries is the best part about this. But you have to do this before you put up your sheetrock. So it has to be planned ahead of time on new construction homes. Now this shade, the battery will operate it. And this is actually, instead of a roller shade, this is a solar shade. The difference in a roller shade and a solar shade is the solar lets in some light and you can actually see through most of them. And a roller shade generally blocks more light and you generally cannot see through a roller shade. And this shade is bigger than what this window is. You can program it to stop at different locations. You can have a home where it goes all the way down, or you can have a second home where it stops at a predetermined location, let's just say in the middle. And so you can tell Alexa, or you can program it on your remote, the two different locations. This is a very great choice. It's a very popular choice for new homes because it has a really clean, sleek look. It comes in just about any color you can imagine and different opacities. The opacity is the amount of light that comes through. This one is, I think, probably 95% blockage, so only 5% of the light comes through. And as you can notice, the motorization part is really, real quiet. I don't know if you can hear it on the video, but it's just a real low noise maker. And it goes up to a predetermined location and it's there. And this has a valance that's wrapped in the material. You can also choose to really decorate your valance. Hand me that valance there that's real pretty, please. Right there. On all of these shades, you can choose to not have the valance that comes from the factory. And you can mount the shade up inside the valance and have the valance either inside your window to really decorate your window, or you can go outside and go above it if you want to have that look. And all the shade completely goes up inside the window. Either whether it's cordless, motorized, or continuous loop, it'll all go up in there. It's a really decorative, beautiful option. You can see this is a beautiful material. Materials I sell are gorgeous. The prettier the material, the more expensive, but they're all really gorgeous materials. And this is just a cornice wrapped in material. And also the cornice can be wood. It doesn't have to be a material wrap. It can be a 5 or 6 inch tall cornice that's painted white generally. I'm not sure if you can choose other colors, but white, I know it comes in white. And it's a really beautiful look. Okay, this is the same shade. Switch sides over here. Right? This is one that we don't have the mounting, so it's going to fall out of your hand. This is what, if you choose not to have cordless or motorized, you say you had a high shade and didn't want to spend the money it takes for cordless, you can operate it with a continuous loop, and a continuous loop can come down to whatever the height is that you want to make it, or you can easily access it, and all you have to do to operate it is just gently move the cord. This will attach to the wall, so it holds the cord up snugly against the wall, and then to raise it back up, grab it at the end right there. You just pull the cord, and it'll come back up. Okay, this is a great way to operate this shade. As you can see, this shade is a total blackout. Look at there one more time, Reese. Let me lay it down. No light comes through this one at all. That's always an option. With almost every shade, you can either have it light filtering, room darkening, or where it completely blacks out. This shade, if you had it mounted, it comes out right there. The only light will come in will be right around the edge, or on the side. Nothing is going to come through the shade above it or below it. Okay, ready to square it back up. All right, and this is the last one I have. This is a true Roman shade with beautiful, beautiful material. Is it going to fit in there? Let's go outside. Yeah. Cool. They pull it away from us so I don't have a chance of damaging the shower. But this would mount either inside the frame of the window or go completely above it. Stick it up there above it, Reese, so you can see what it looks like above it. Okay, so it can be like that. You can hide your frame, and then of course get up higher above the window so the more the window's open, or you can have it down inside the window frame so you can still see all the casing on your window, you don't hide it. This is the cordless option. And there's several different patterns or designs on how the material lays. You can have a balloon look, you can lay really flat like this one, or it can have a 6-inch little seam every 6 inches to kind of accent the material. And this one to be motorized also. And this one, the materials, this is a kind of a heavy material. So this is pretty close to the limit, to the size, the width size of the material. Because the heavier the material, the heavier the motor has to be to operate the shade. And so there's limits. You have to just pick the material, and then I'll tell you whether or not it'll fit within inside those limits, and you can use whether or not you can have it motorized, or it has to be cordless or corded. Okay, let this one back up. So you see it bunches up inside the valance, and this one can also use the pretty cornice or a wood valance to go up inside it if you don't want to have this type of valance. But this is the most common choice, just using the material that the shade is made out of to make the valance. And this is again a Roman shade, not as versatile as the flat roller shades and solar shades, but it is absolutely the most beautiful of the shades. Alrighty, again, my name is Clay Riley. Shutters Your Way by Clay. You can find me on Facebook, or you can call me. And my phone number direct is 731-697-5138. I do free home consultations, show you my products, no obligations. If you like them, you can purchase them. And if not, there's no hard feelings. I'm just glad to come and meet you and be in your home. And thank you again.